I don't know what all this trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your...
Alright, since I have Professor Benjamin Dune turned on, you get this at the opening. I had to click on that twice, just so you know. Now, I have the better presets turned on and some things like that. So, we should be in pretty good shape. Depends on what you want your guy to look like. If you want to do a Nord, or if you want to do something else, you could do an Imperial. I do a Breton a lot. I don't have to do a Breton all the time, though. But the last time I think I did was like a Nord. But let's just go back. Let's do... We could do a Red Guard. I think some of these guys look appropriately fierce. Especially these two. He looks pretty good. He's a good base to start with. I think I've used him before. I don't know. Kind of having trouble deciding now. Let's do an Imperial. We haven't done an Imperial in a while. We'll start with this guy, and we'll see if we can make a version of Porthos, and we'll call him Conan, though. Let's see. So Conan should be of some beefiness. He shouldn't be too light. Shouldn't be too dark. Maybe middle of the road would be good for him. He's going to be kind of dirty in this, so we'll just have to see how that goes. We're not going to give him anything like that, though. We could do some more paint, I suppose. See if we can find a good color. That green stands out pretty good. What's our options? I don't think we have any drastically different options. Well, we have something different. That's interesting. Or maybe these have always been there. Yeah, and I just didn't realize it. Let's give him this facial option here and see what we think of it. I may come back and eliminate it. It just may not be for me. We'll see. His eyes are okay, except he's got that two different eye colors. I prefer both eyes to be similar. There we go. That'll be alright. We'll give him green. That'll be fine. I'm not going to mess with him too much. I think that's fine. I'm just going to roll with that. Oh, that's fine. I don't know about this. There's really no good... There's not a lot of good hairs in the vanilla. I mean, that one's pretty good if you like a good solid shortcut. Which I kind of do. I think I'm going to ride that. Alright, so let's see here. Hair color. We could make him kind of a redhead. I don't know if that'll work or not for him. There is that. Both of those are okay. Maybe we'll just stick with that for right now. I did notice something. His nose has a big bump. There we go. Let's try that. Is that better? Whoa, no, that's not better. My goodness. Okay, his nose really changed drastically. See if we can give him a reasonable... Oh, look at that. That's the problem. His nose is too big, too long. Trying to give him a decent... How's that? Does that seem reasonable? Gives him a decent profile. That seems okay. We're gonna ride that, I guess. Oh wait, that's a little better. That might be better right there. That might be too short. No, it's not. Oh, it might be too long. Oh, sorry about that, dude. That might be better. Heights. I'm going to leave that alone. Alright, let's go with that. I know he's not really... This is not the traditional Conan, but we're going to go with it. And I'll have to go delete my other Conan files, but for now... Again, we're trying to test this Conan mod out. Let's do a new save here. See, it says Winter Hold Restored. Okay, detected JK Skyrim. Alright, so I think we're okay. I'm going to do another save here. I like to have a few saves. Let's see if we can pick something. Let's start. I'm going to be weird. Let's see if we can start in the Windtail Men. So let's see what we get when we do this. It may not work at all. That's another reason I saved. So I wanted to try it. Well, I'm waiting. Okay, we're in the inn at least, so this is good. So we made it to the inn. Alright. It's 9:30 a.m. I'm going to turn that off. He's wearing the same junky stuff as the other Conan was wearing. This is just sad, isn't it? He's got an iron mace, and he has not much of anything. Okay, well, he's gonna start. We'll say that. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside and see how we do as far as if we can get around and stuff. Oh, she's a sailor? Okay. Now, I do have the pigeon thing turned on, so you'll be able to see that if any of these people... Oh, wait. She's not dead yet. How interesting. She looks horrible, but she's not dead. Alright. So, I'm going to try to go outside the door. We have no idea if this will work. Just stay with me for a minute and we'll see. I'm hoping that all these basic mods are okay. If even these core mods are having trouble, then I have to reevaluate. Alright, so we still can't get into Windhelm. Now I wonder, what is the problem? It's something with these mods here. Let's just scroll down and take a look at these. So I think I'm going to restart over. Now, some of these mods I've used and I know they don't cause trouble, but others I don't know that. So I'm going to start turning some of these off. I'm going to turn off the winter hold restored. I think these are probably fun, so I'm going to leave them alone. I think this is probably fun, so I'm going to leave that alone. I know those are okay. I don't remember anything wrong with this, so for right now I'm going to leave it alone, and those should be fine. You know, just to humor me. That's in Blackreach. I'm just going to turn those off. And I'm going to turn him off. Where does he start at? Okay, I don't think he's a problem, but we're just going to leave him turned off anyway. I don't think these are an issue. I know that's not an issue. That's not an issue. I don't know about that. I'm going to turn that off. I don't think it's an issue, but I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to leave this on. We're going to try to see if we can get that to work. Or what it is conflicting with. Okay, so this should be okay with it. As far as I know, these things should be okay with it. And so should those. I'm going to turn that off. That's a big mod. And this is the older SMM out there. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. If you look up SMM, I mean, that's an old one. That doesn't mean it's bad, but it's an older. It is an older one. Now here's the friendly SMM, which is pretty small. Now I don't know for sure if this is as good, but I'm just telling you that it is there. Then there's a bunch of other stuff here. That's Polish translation. SMM archery target. Standalone. Let's see. Here's some essentials. This is small. So, let's see. What else? We have this. That's for Noble Skyrim, though. So I'm not sure that you can use that. How big is that? It's not so big. That's Divine SMM. It's a little bigger, but not too bad. That's the SMM patch for ELFX. Alright, that's as far back as we go with that. Let's do another static mesh lookup and see what we find. We've spent a lot of time on this just to try to get us going with JKs. I'm not sure it's really worth this much effort. And if it continues to be a problem, I may drop it just because there's no reason for the mod to be that hard to use. What's this? That's a little one. That's that Noble Skyrim version. That's not too big. That's a performance version. Alright, so that's what we have downloaded. And this is the original one, and it's popular, and it's big. Perfectly safe. I believe it's perfectly safe, but at the same time, we're having issues. So I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to leave it turned off. Is this turned off? Right, it's turned off. So we're going to leave it turned off. And we will try testing from here. I'll do a reset. We'll come back in. We'll try again. Alright, so we're just going to start over with a new character again. We're just going to turn off as much as we need to. And see if we can get this going. Do I care if he's a Nord? Nope, he's perfectly fine just like that. Thank you. That's good enough. Let's move on. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's focus on what we're actually trying to accomplish. This has been a whole day of this, and I really hate that it's wasted so much time. This is sad. we had what I thought was a good situation when I left it last week or the week before, whenever I was working on this, but no. Okay, let's go. I'm going to be weird. Let's do... Or maybe this isn't weird. Where is Riften? Did I miss it? I probably went right past it. There we are. Well, let's go to Riften and see. Come on. I'll do another save here. Another real save. And let that take us to Riften. Now, I have, as we saw, I have a lot of things turned off. What I want to do is test the traveling to Windhelm again. Alright, so here we are. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, it always seems to be about that time. Alright, let me think about this for a moment. I'm just going to turn that off. Are we? Yep, we're always dressed like this. That's so funny. Do we have any weapon on us? We probably have that. Oh, we have an axe. That's cool. We have minor lockpicking. I'll just put those on for now. Oh no, they've left me trapped upstairs. Here we go. My goodness. Now here is Sonia. We're going to go ahead and have her start with us. Yeah, still too shiny for my taste. Yep. But that's okay. It's life. Alright, so let's go. I'm going to do a save here. Going to save periodically. Then we're going to try to travel to... Well, you know what I have to do, though? I have to go get some stuff in the cheat room first. Alright, so now we're ready. Let's try to go to Windhelm here. I got all the icons active. And let's see if this works. Now, if it does not work, we'll have to try it. We'll have to see what else we can turn off. But I'm just not sure what's up with JK Skyrim. If there's something else that needs to be done. Alright, so after going and doing some more research and looking, I think our problem is really just JK Skyrim. That sounds awful, but I think it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable all mods. I'm going to turn on just JK Skyrim. I'm going to do a hard reset everything, and come in with just that mod on and see if it works. Now, if that works, then we will, well, I have to have alternate start in the cheat room, but I don't have to have anything else. I mean, just for absolute necessity, I need those mods on. But let me just scroll down here. Okay, we're going to turn on, I'm not even turning on the patch up here. See that? I'm leaving it off. I'm leaving all of this off. We're not going to do anything but JK Skyrim, the cheat room, and alternate start. Okay? So that's all we're going to do. And if it fails and doesn't work like this, then from what I'm seeing, it just no longer works that well for us. Now, it could be that it just has some very weird particular need, or something has to be done to accommodate it that I don't know about, but it's not described out on Bethesda. And, going out to the Nexus doesn't really help, since that's really all about PC stuff. Doesn't really necessarily apply. And it just doesn't help. That kind of thing doesn't help. So, we do need XP32 and alternate start. That's just to be safe. We're going to run the minimal things there. We're not going to run anything else. Are all these patches turned off? All these patches are turned off. We may end up getting rid of JKs just because, from what I can tell, now they've turned off the comments on Bethesda so that you can't see any new comments. But the Xbox version has not been updated since May of 2019, and I can't tell for sure if this is still a fully compatible mod. Okay? All I can tell you is it is definitely our problem right now, and I don't know why. So, we're going to move on with that. Now, if we load in here and it works perfectly, then I'm going to turn on the patch and see if it's maybe conflicting with the patch, and then I'll test it with the cutting room floor, and then we'll just take it slow. But ever since we turned on JK Skyrim, we played okay for a little bit, but we've had problems, and it seems to stem from JK's Skyrim. Now, the bad thing is, this is really just adding vanilla stuff to the towns and trying to make them look nice. But there must be some other changes going on that we're not privy to, because you'll notice that there's all these patches and all this other stuff. So there must be more to it than just adding some vanilla decorations. So anyway, and it's not fully compatible with some things. Like you have, let's see, what's in this load order down here? It's one of those, let me find it again. Yeah, immersive citizens and stuff. It's not really fully compatible with this, and it probably never will be. So this might not be an option anyway. The JK Skyrim may just not be an option, but we'll see. I'm just trying to see what our issue is with this. I would really like to know, is it just not working at all, or does it have a conflict with like the patch or something else here that I didn't realize? So we'll try that and we'll find out, and I will be back after a reset. Alright, so here we are again. I just created this guy. I didn't do anything to him really. I just took the defaults. We're in the alternate start. Let me show you, if it'll let me show you the mods. I'm going to show you the mods real fast. We're only using these mods. Even if Bethesda craps out, I'm still going to show you because it'll only take a minute. The only mods we have turned on is JK's, alternate start, cheat room, and I think XP32. So it's only just a few mods turned on, nothing else. So this really should be a good test of JK's to see if we can get into Windhelm or not. And I'm starting to feel like that JK's has done something to Windhelm that the Xbox can't handle or doesn't know how to handle, and that's why it's crashing. Now, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what's happening. Ever since we turned on JK's, I've had issues, so I'm starting to think it's really the culprit itself. But it could be that it's conflicting with something. It may even be conflicting with the USSEP patch, or with the patch anyway, the main patch. But that's usually not the case. I mean, I think I've heard of that before. But I use that patch all the time, so I usually avoid mods that don't like that patch. So, but let's just try this and see when this comes up back to us finally in forever and a day. My goodness. So see, none of these are on. I'll show you the only things we have on. We have Where's JK's? It's not too far down now. There's JK's. We have that on. Now the cheat room down here, we have that on because I'm going to use that. We have... I'm going to go slow. I have our XP32 on, even though we probably won't even need it, but I have it on just in case. And I have alternate start on and nothing else. No patches, no anything else. That's it. So that's what we're running. If this doesn't work, then as far as I'm concerned, JK's mod is just somehow messed up. There's really nothing else we can do about it. So I'm going to go to... I'm just going to have it send me to a random inn. I don't even care which one. Just surprise me. Doesn't matter. So we'll just go to a random inn. And I'll go up to the cheat room and I'll activate all the markers. And then we'll travel to Windhelm. Oh, I'm in Markarth. Well, that's interesting. Well, we hadn't been to Markarth yet. So that's cool. Alright, so I'm going to hit a save here. And we're going to head out. We'll see if there's any issue with JK's here in Markarth. I don't know who decided to make these guys... they are just gross. Oh no, I forgot about him. Hold on. I need a weapon. Well, I didn't think about that. We're going to do something. This will be funny. Alright, so anyway, we're going to do this anyway, so we might as well. Let's put that in that. Okay. See, now we saved her. Alright, there we go. Alright, don't worry about it then. Okay, now this... Alright. Anyway. So, you see some of the decorations and stuff. No big deal, right? Okay, so, looks cool though. Alright, so we're going to move on. We're going to do a new save. We're going to go to the cheat room. We're going to turn on all the icons so we can move around. This takes a moment, but it's worth doing. Especially when you're cheating like I am. It's different if you're really playing the game and you want to actually discover everything. Then it's different. But I have to wait for that to get done. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, let's go over and grab the usual cheat rings. Carry weight. The God ring. And what I call the no clip ring. Okay, so that's done. So let's hit this. Yes, that only takes a few seconds. Now, we should be in good shape. We'll make that our weapon for now. Oh, we have different boots. Let's just use that. We'll just keep ourselves safe. We'll put the glove on. I'm taking the hat off. We'll wear resist frost. Sure, why not? And we'll wear the ring. Woo. There we go. Ooh. Anyway, he'll do. Alright. Let's go back to where we were. Now we should be able to travel directly to Windhelm. And if we cannot, then we still have a problem. I don't know what to expect because it's been so problematic all day. If it lets us travel there, then I will test it against some of the other mods, you know, a few at a time, and we'll see. But if it doesn't, then we know that it just has some problem, and we'll just discard it. Oh, okay, we're in. So, now I wonder... Okay, so that's a good test. Let's hop out. Let's go to the mods, and let's see. Let's turn on a couple of mods. Let's just take it slow. We'll turn on like the top 5 mods. I would turn on just the patch, but I've never known the patch to really be a problem. But something else there could be, so let's take it slow. And we may turn on just the patch, but nonetheless, let's just turn on one mod at a time until we have a problem. Now this was a whole new game. Oh, whatever. Let's turn that on. Let's just turn on... You know what? These 3 could actually be the problem. Let's just try the patch first. Okay, I'm going to let it load. Now, if we run into a problem, I'll do a reset. But right now, I'm just going to try it without a reset. Let's see what happens. Now, sometimes when you don't do a reset, the game will crash, and when you come back in, everything is fine because you really needed to do a reset. So this is a risk we take. We may get a false crash, but I just want to try it. Because if it works, then it will be fine. But I have taken all day doing this, and I'm really starting to think that JK's has some fundamental problem with one of these, you know, mods up here at the top of our game that we consider, you know, to be pretty core. Even if it crashes right now, I'm still gonna do a reset and try it again. But but it did not crash. So it worked. Okay, so it worked. So we're gonna pop out. I think it did. Did it do an autosave here? No, it autosaved in Markarth, which is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna hop out. I'm going to continue to try this until we get a crash, and then we'll stop and evaluate what's going on at that point. This is just one of those things that's tedious that you have to go through. Now, if I do turn on cutting room floor, then I have to turn on that patch. That's just the way it is. And maybe that's the problem. Even though I've got it in the correct load order according to what they say, maybe that's still a problem. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it. We're waiting. We're waiting. Come on. Yeah, I can't eliminate every... I mean, we're just going through so many gyrations here. I can't eliminate every load at this point. I'm really kind of just tired. I'm like, oh my goodness. But, something here is conflicting with JK Skyrim. It might be cutting room floor. Let's find out. You know, it could be. Would it be that? You know what? We're going to try it. I'm going to turn it on. Let's just do a test. Now, this might require a reset, but we're going to try it. It could be that the static mesh is too much for Windhelm and that it doesn't matter. I mean, that is an old version of the static mesh, and it's a big version. So it could be that it's just too much for us. First, let's just try it. Let's just load up. Like I said, if we get one initial crash, that doesn't mean it's bad. But if we get multiple crashes after a reset, then we know it's bad. But I'm kind of scumming through without doing a reset. Because I've already done so many resets today, I'm really just kind of tired of it. Just being honest. Okay, so all this looks pretty good. Everybody seems happy to be alive. Alright, let's move on. Windhelm, here we come. We'll see. You know, the proof is in the pudding. So this has been like hours and hours, okay, of doing this, even though you may only see, I don't know how long the video is going to actually turn out to be, or if it'll just be one video, because this has just been hours and hours of just little blips of us crashing every minute or two. So I'm not sure how great this is going to be to see, but this is just to show you what happens when you're trying to test these things and how it can take all day to get through.
Go, go, go!
Okay, so we did get a crash from the static mesh. However, because I had not done a reset, it does not prove anything. Now that I have gone and done a reset, if we get a crash again, I will know that the static mesh is probably our problem. Which sounds weird. I wouldn't have thought the SMM would be a problem. But if it is an older one and it is really big. I don't even know when it was last updated. We could use one of the newer, friendlier ones, like Morgan Helsing's, and it would still look good. I don't know if it will look as good, but it will still look good. I've been using it lately anyway. And it would save you some space yet again. It would not save you a mod slot, though. When it comes to SMM, if you decide to use it, you use it, you know. So here we go. We're going to go and try it again. And if this crashes out, then I'm going to come back and I'll show you what I have. And we'll eliminate that big SMM, the old one, and we'll get one of the newer, smaller ones and see how they work. I'm not sure when the last time that big one was updated anyway, or if it's really supported anymore. And it could be that JKs just, you know, it and JKs just don't get along. So we could try moving it to the bottom to see if that would help. But I don't know if it would make. Alright, so we know now that this static mesh improvement mod is not working with JKs. Okay, now one thing we can do is we can try moving the SMM down. I don't know if that will make any difference, okay? But we can try moving it down to the bottom, where I usually put a lot of things like that, textures and things. But I understand why you had it at the top, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that usually. We're only doing this because it and JK's appears to be not getting along. So we're going to put it down here. As soon as we find, okay, so we're going to put it here with these other textures and stuff. Now I know this is a static mesh, okay? It's not really a texture, but I don't know what else to try at this point. So we're going to put it down here and try it. If this doesn't work, we're going to get rid of it, and we'll bring in one of the smaller, friendlier SMMs and see if they work, okay? Alright, so I'm going to go do a reset because this is a move. It didn't really do much except move it, but I want to make sure that Skyrim loads everything up properly, and I don't trust their reload. So we'll do a reset and come back. Alright, we're back with the static mesh down below, and we're just going to give it a whirl. We're going to see if we can travel to Windhelm and see what we get. I don't know what to expect, so let's see. It could be that this will not work and that static mesh, that SMM will have to go. But let's try it. We put it down low. It's really low now. You would think that would make a difference, but that doesn't always make a difference. Sometimes the order is not the incompatibility. Sometimes something about the two mods is the incompatibility, and the order will not fix it. Now, sometimes the order does fix it, so we've done that before. So we'll see. Just waiting. Made me think, oh, I think we're going down. Alright, so in our testing there, we found that this SMM down here, this big one, it is just not compatible with JK's for whatever reason. Even moving it down here did not help, and I'm not going to spend any more time on it. What I will do is I will replace it with a newer one, a newer, smaller one. This one is old. I don't know when it was last updated. I'm not putting it down. Obviously, it's great, but the problem is, it doesn't work with JK's for whatever reason. It's not that it's a bad mod. It's just the two mods are conflicting in some manner, and the load order did not really appear to change that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a different SMM, or SMM, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to choose one of the newer, smaller ones. This is a new one, a friendly one. And I'm going to use this as a replacement, and we will just see if it works or if it has the same issue. We'll find out. So this is supposed to be a complete version, even though it's much smaller, using whatever kind of texture compression or whatever they can do. So it should be good. Will it be as good as the big one? I really don't know. The main thing I saw in the big one that looked really good was the cabbages. So I mean, we can go look at cabbages if we can get it to work, right? So let's just try this and see if it works. It could be that any of the SMMs will have the same problem because I don't know what the problem is. So this may be a futile gesture, but I will at least try to do it. And I'm going to put it back where you had it. There's nothing wrong with having it up at the top, so I'm going to put it back up at the top. Now this means you're not saving any mod slots, but you should have more space free in your game. So, yeah, you've got a lot more space free in your game. You don't have more mod slots though. But a lot of your mods are very small. They're little tweaks. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying that you may not need to have all that space taken up. You may be able to do it with just, you know, a high number of mods, but not a lot of space taken up. You may be able to enjoy your game just fine. So we're going to try this. I'm going to throw it up at the top. We'll try to go to Windhelm and see if it works, you know, and if that works, then we'll pick up from there. So I'm going to get out. I'm just going to let it load. I better do a reset because we had to remove the other one. And I'm going to need to do a reset. So I will be back in a moment and we will try that. Alright. Okay, so we're back with the friendly SMM. I don't see any ropes for me to look at here. I usually look at ropes to kind of judge or validate it. The chains look good, but I don't know if that's really a true test. So we'll go on. We'll see if we can just move on. Let's see if we can go to Windhelm. That's going to be the test. I've been using this and I haven't had any trouble with it, but then again, I don't use JKs. It could be that JKs will not like any mesh, any SMM, but we'll see. This one might be fine. Let's see what happens. Without testing it, you know, we just can't be sure, so hopefully we'll get in and everything will work okay. Dun dun dun. Or, uh-oh, I think it's going down again. It could be that no SMM will work.
The new configuration is stable.
Alright, so after several, Bethesda's not cooperating with me. They won't load anything because they're junk. I'll just try to be nice and not say anything else about it. But, nonetheless, JK Skyrim does not appear to like any SMM. So we're not going to have any SMM. I've decided that if you have to choose between JK Skyrim and the SMM, I just thought that maybe all the stuff that JK's puts around Skyrim and all the different towns might be more important than just the SMM, which just changes the meshes of things. You, of course, do your own thing. You make your own choice. But it appears that JK Skyrim does not like any SMM that I use in any position. Now, mind you, I have not tested every SMM out there, but, you know, I tried the oldest and the newest. I'm not going to try a bunch more. So, I'm really done with this for today. We didn't really make a lot of progress, but we did find out that the real problem is with JK and the SMM. They do not agree or like each other. So next week, which it will probably be a few days, you know, sometime this upcoming week, we will look at this again and look at this some more, and I think we'll make better progress. This is going to happen sometimes where you're testing and everything seems fine, and then we got all the way down here and turned on JK Skyrim and suddenly things started going wrong. Now, it wasn't really the fault of JK Skyrim, that mod. It's just some of the mods we are trying to use conflict with that. So you have to make a choice. I chose this one over the other one. Now, you could choose to have the SMM instead, and you could get rid of all the JK mods, the mod and the patches and stuff, which actually maybe that would be a better deal. Maybe it would be better, because you're just getting rid of some decorations in the towns and all. Maybe we should keep the SMM. You know, it's a hard choice. For right now, I'm going to stick with it. I don't really think JK's, it adds some cool stuff. I don't think it's really, it's fun. That's why I want to continue seeing it, I guess. Whereas the SMM is just giving you different meshes for the same thing, so it's not really I mean, it is changing something, but it's not adding or really do anything new, I guess. So I'm going to ride this out with JK's, and like I said, Bethesda's not cooperating, so I can't pop on and really show you the way I want to show you, but we'll pick up from here and start testing again and work through all these major issues and just get everything working where we can travel around and do some stuff, and then we'll pretty much be set, and we'll turn it back over to Thomas Siegel, and he can go in and test each individual mod out the way he wants to. At least we'll have the big part of it done, and the most of it will be, usable and workable. So, all right, that's all for now. I think that's enough for this week on this. It's I don't mind tedious stuff, but after a while, even I get kind of tired of it, and this has been all day. I don't know how long the video will actually be. It's probably not going to show all the hours that I've spent, but nonetheless, I don't even know if it'll be that interesting, but you can see what I've gone through and what I've done to find the problem, so maybe that'll be helpful. So, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.
Stop! You violated the law!